Hey guys, it's Casera, and today I'm going to be doing a 5-star predictions video. Because my March TBR was so extensive, I wanted to narrow the scope a little bit for March and talk about the books that I am most excited for that I think will end up being 5 stars. So I'm going to start this video out with the 2 books that I am like 99% sure that are definitely going to be 5-star books. The first book that I'm 99% sure will be a 5-star book is Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb. This is the 3rd book in the Liveship Traders trilogy. I'm currently reading the 2nd book, Mad Ship. I'm almost done with it. I only have like 200 pages left, which sounds like a lot. It's only like 20% of the book, mind you. But I absolutely love this series so much. I'm enjoying Mad Ship so much right now. I'll be probably finishing it in the next couple of days, and I'm so excited to start with Ship of Destiny, and this is the 3rd and final book in that trilogy, and I have a thing for 3rd books, and I have a thing for final books, so I have no doubt that I will love this one as much as the other 2 and will end up giving it 5 stars. The next book I'm pretty sure will end up being 5 stars is Avedons Gate by James S.A. Corey. This is the 3rd book in the Expanse series. I'm currently reading the 2nd book in that series, Caliban's War, and I'm absolutely loving it also. This is like the first big sci-fi series that I've like really loved this much, so I'm sure that I'm gonna love this one as well, and I cannot wait to get to it. The rest of these books are books that I am not as sure about. They're all first books in series or standalones, so I don't know very much about it. Also, all of them are authors that I've never read before, so I'm excited to get into these books. I don't know very much about them, but I definitely think from what I've heard that they'll end up being 5-star books for me. So the next book that I'd like to talk about is The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. I've heard so much about this book. It's an award-winning book. It's the first book in a series, which every book I think in that series has won the Hugo Award, which I think is amazing. I love the idea behind this book because it is a high fantasy set in a post-apocalyptic world, which is just really cool to me. I think that's a very great mashup of genres. I like the idea of the magic that's in this series because the people seem to be able to like help people and save people, but when they help people and when they save the people, it exposes them so that everyone else knows that they have that ability, and they're kind of shunned from society because of that, which is terrible, granted, but I think it's a really great idea. I also think there's some sort of school involved, which I'm intrigued by. I also like the idea that it has a 2nd person point of view. I really hope that the 2nd person point of view is really well done, because 2nd person can be really great if it's done well. Like the Night Circus, for example, has a 2nd person point of view that I think is done really well. So I'm hoping this one is done really well also. The fact that it's so popular with the 2nd person point of view makes me think that it's done really well. So I'm excited to get into this one. The next one that I want to talk about is City of Brass by S.A. Chakrabarti. This one is an adult high fantasy. It's set in 18th century Cairo, which for me is just such a really interesting setting for a high fantasy. I feel like most high fantasies are more focused on like medieval Europe, and this one just gives it a different setting, which I'm really excited for. I'm also really excited for the myth about Jinn, because my favorite Disney movie, in case you were wondering, is Aladdin, and I love Genie. Genie is like one of my favorite characters, and I'm really hoping to get a little bit more, maybe not that funny aspect, but I like the idea of wishes and the tricks that genies can play on people with their wishes, like be careful what you wish for. I think it's just such an interesting mythology, and I'm definitely excited to read a book that is more similar to that, and I've never read anything like this before, so I'm really excited for it, and I'm really hoping that this will end up being 5 stars. The next one that I definitely think could end up being a 5-star book is The Queens of Innis Lear by Tessa Gratton. This is a standalone adult fantasy, and I'm so excited for this. You have no idea how excited I am for this book. It's hard to find a standalone adult high fantasy like this, so I'm hoping that I'll really love it. So I'm a little nervous about it because I'm not sure if it's gonna have as much detail as other fantasy books do, because I mean, it is pretty thick, but it's only like 600 pages or something like that, and most adult fantasies are 600 plus pages, and 3 books. Like, you know, it's not just one standalone book. So I'm excited for it, but I'm also nervous about it. This is following 3 sisters who are all basically vying for the crown. Their father has not named an heir yet. From what I understand, it gets really bloody and there's some war involved and the fate of their kingdom is at stake. And it just sounds like the exact kind of book that I need. Sometimes I need this kind of book, but like right now, I'm just so excited for it that I'm hoping that it lives up to all of the hype that I'm giving it, because I want this book to be 5 stars. I want it to be 5 stars so bad because I feel like it could be so great. So I'm definitely excited for this one. The last book that I'm really hoping will end up being a 5-star book is Full Metal Alchemist volumes 1 through 3 by Harumi Arakawa. I really want to like this book because I've heard so many great things about Full Metal Alchemist. I've heard so many great things. I've heard that this is the best way to get into manga if you want to get into manga, if you like fantasy, and I love fantasy. I love hard magic systems, and I've heard this has a really great hard magic system. I don't know too much about it. I really want to like this. And the only thing I feel like that is going to stop me from liking this is the format, because I've never read manga before. I'm not really much of a fan of graphic novels, so I'm a little worried about that aspect of it because I'm not sure if I'll like it, but at the same time, I really want to like this story. Not only because I want to get into manga, but because I've heard so much about this one in particular that I should really love. So I really want to love it. And I'm really hoping that this one will end up being 5 stars too, because I've been wanting to pick this one up for like a few weeks now, and I just had other things that have been getting in my way. And even now, it's not written by a woman, so I won't end up reading it during Femme Fatale. So I'll end up reading it next week, but I'm so excited for this one. So those are all of the books that I'm predicting to be 5-star books in the month of March. Let me know down below if you agree with me, if you think that these books are potentially 5-star books for me. If you've read any of these books, please let me know down below. I'd love to talk to you about them. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I post videos every Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and sometimes more than that, so consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. All social media links are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!